Hi, my name is Stephanie Grossi,
And I'm Danica Steiner.
and we will be presenting Walden to you today. So just a little bit of background information on Walden. They are located in Aurora, Ohio. We believe their mission statement to be a luxury inn, spa, club, and community. And there are many different departments within Walden, such as the Walden Inn, Spa Walden, Club Walden, the residential community they have, the yoga studio, and the golf club. And they are inspired by Henry David Thoreau's Happiness for Daily Living. And the pestle of Walden is, we believe that the political aspect goes more into depth than what we were exposed to at Walden. However, the generic example of this would be like the tax policy they follow and if there's any governmental interference within the organization. And the economical would be that they target more of a higher class to belong at Walden. So these people would include retired and wealthier people. And the price of the membership / spa can be pretty high based off of the economical class you fall in. And the social aspect being employees of Walden have to be very friendly and social, and they give off that welcoming atmosphere within the club. And so they're able to help you find items, places, or departments that you're looking for. And as a member of Walden or a visitor, you are required to follow these rules and guidelines given. And so just an example of this would be the golf course and dining etiquette. And the dining barn is very formal. It's believed to be over 100 years old, and men wear suits and women still wear cocktail dresses.
For the technological aspect, Walden is a one database system which has the membership information in it, where individuals will have a breakdown of what type of membership that the club offers. So for example, if a member is just strictly a dining member, they will only have dining privileges. Or if they're a golf member, they'll have golf privileges as well. Or if they're an overall members for the club, they'll have all the privileges available. Through the database, you can also tell who's an active and an inactive member. And we unfortunately did not have full access to all the membership files, but just due to the restrictions, and we weren't an employee of Walden, so we had to respect that as well. For the environmental aspect, Club Walden, they promote a very environmentally friendly environment. So there's a lot of windows within the club so that people can view the outdoors while still being inside. So in the wintry months, one is able to sit nice and warm by the fire and look outside of the beautiful wintry scene as well. There's the walkways when you go through Walden, they're completely all glass, and nature just seems to be so much closer to you, and just that aspect is really nice and welcoming, and it's a nice warm feeling. They're surrounded by acres of wooded areas, so it's just really nice to look outside, or they have paths to walk around in the wooded areas. There's also a horse barn with the club where individuals are able to go on ride horses, and you are able to go on a horseback riding ride within the trails in the wooded areas, which is really nice. For the legal aspect, this implies many different laws that are required to be present within the organization. However, we do not have access to these technical laws. A common one could possibly be if there is something signed to become a member of the club, spa, or inn.
So Danica and I had broken out the projects because there were 4 projects, so we broke it out 2 and 2. I took lead on projects 2 and 3, and my 2 main problems that I wanted to try to solve were increasing enrollment at not only the event that they were having, but increasing enrollment at Walden overall, and cleaning the database. So our first project was to text previous attendees of their popular yoga event, Sri Dharma Mitra, and this, along with the cold calling, was in hopes to increase the enrollment. So we just used a generic but catchy phrase message of saying, we still have mat space for you, please join us for Sri Dharma Mitra on October 28th to 29th, and if you have any questions, please contact Heather, who was our host. And Heather had informed us that after these cold calls and texting, we had successfully increased the enrollment from 40 people to 75, which was absolutely huge for Walden. And so we had searched Walden's database, and Heather had gave us 2 Excel spreadsheets The first one was a list of current contacts for Walden that were being contacted through email, phone, texting, and the second one was a list of all the members at Walden that they had in their database. And these two Excel sheets had to be cross-referenced to see who was being contacted and is an active member. And the results of this was we had pretty much found that there were duplicates or triples of names, and there were members on the list that Heather had known was a member or they weren't showing up on the list. So these results were not what Heather expected, and she knew there was a problem. And we had full access, well, not full access, we had partial access to Walden's database to double check these members. So Danica and I had to stay after one day, and we had typed in people's names, and we had to see if they were an active or inactive member. And we had to do this for each member on the sheet, which was about 200 to 300. And then once we had that, we would update the printed sheet that we had, and then we had to update the electronic sheet, and we sent that to Heather. And this then gave Heather the idea of where her database stands and where she needs to pick up after we had left. So the SWOT analysis that I had for Walden was, I believe my strengths was, Walden was a very welcoming, family-friendly place. So whenever we walked into the inn and the spa, it was everyone was so welcoming. And the atmosphere that they had comfy couches, comfy chairs, and like a really warm fireplace. And they had appetizers where you could help yourself, free water. And our host, Heather, she was great to work with, and just as one person of Walden, that's huge to us. And the organization was very well established. We had known, it's been around for quite some time, and Heather was telling us about all of the expansions they've done, and it's absolutely tremendous. The weaknesses, I believe, are the prices of Walden are a bit on the higher side. However, that's how they can obtain their luxury status. And so I think they should also market to the outside people. So I think that's something that lacks. So I'm thinking of like market to people who are not members to try to become members, such as other retired people, upper middle class people who are not currently members, or maybe families with children that could possibly become a member. And I would say market to all over Ohio, especially the Canton-Akron area, because I'm sure there are many people out there who are wanting to become part of a country club. And also their database is very unorganized, which can definitely cause problems for the future. So the opportunities I was thinking was, if the marketing is increased, as I said, they can target to the middle upper class, which this could eventually increase enrollment. And if they were to clean their database, such as invest into like an external tool that could help scrub their database, so to say, and that could really help them see who's an active member, who's not, and if anyone needs anything else. So also I thought of offering promotions in the dining area during each season, because I believe as a non-member you were still able to go and eat at their dining areas. So just an example, during the winter months, maybe offer a 4-course meal for two for $75 or whatever is a reasonable price to them, because they are priced a little on the higher side. And during the summer months, maybe offer a happy hour on the patio that they have with $5 cocktails and $10 appetizers, or again, whatever is a reasonable price for them. And the challenges though to this would be getting the funding for the marketing to new members. I know many organizations don't really spend a lot of money on marketing, so this could be something, but it might be a good investment if they think about it. And the spa prices are also high, which makes it hard for outsiders to come to the spa for treatments. And my theories used was, going along with my problems, I have found an enrollment management theory. And so this had talked about how enrollment is pretty much a cradle from the time someone becomes a member till the time that they take away their membership, or in this case at Walden, some members have actually passed away, so they are no longer a member anymore. And so the enrollment management theory, it had claimed to involve many different departments to be successful, so such as finance, wherever people pay their bills, management on the back end so that they can manage their database system, and marketing to market to these people and bring them in. And if they use this and if it's effective, hopefully the membership of Walden will increase. And my second one was data cleansing and scrubbing. So this is a process as to where the incorrect incomplete, duplicated, or improperly formatted data in the database is removed. And there are external tools that can help Walden. So these external tools can help. They can help find duplicated or triple records, help find names that are maybe spelled differently, but that are actually the same, and they can help clean that out. And so this would be effective for Walden to keep it clean and accurate in the long run.
So I broke it down, and I did projects 1 and 4, while Stephanie did projects 2 and 3. And my first project was basically cold calling spas and cafes about their yoga retreat getaway weekend that they were hosting for that department. And basically we had to come up with a mock cold calling statement which ensured the same information that was being delivered every time that we called someone. And we also got it pre-approved by Heather because obviously she is the person that we worked with, and we wanted to make sure that she approved it as well, and all the information that she wanted us to get across to the people that we were calling was. The list that we had was roughly over 100 cafes and spas that we had to call and break down. And the problem that arose when we were doing this was there was a list of the list was very unorganized. It was missing information. It was difficult to keep track of the data because of missing information. So I would have to go online and actually double check to make sure that the phone number was correct, the email, and like the manager to talk to was also on that list. So I had all the information that I needed prior to calling. So I had to do a lot of background data before I actually went ahead with the cold calling, which was fine. But it was also difficult to update the Excel spreadsheet due to the changes in info that it lacked. So it was hard to go back and forth between the paper spreadsheet and the Excel due to just all the information that I had to add as well. For project 4, which was the mock emails, I had to create 2 mock emails, which Heather wanted to send out to the membership about members who did not have a profile picture on file, and if they could please take one or send in a previous picture just so that Walden had it on file to help out its not only staff but themselves as well, due to when they pull up their membership files, if they're purchasing something or if they're going to an event, the staff are familiar with the faces of Walden's members, and it's just more of a prim and proper environment essentially. I had to, the problems that arose with this is that I had to figure out how to properly word both mock emails. I wanted to create 2 mock emails so Heather had a difference in choosing 2, so it wasn't just one preferred email. She had 2 different choices to go with, but I also wanted to keep it short and sweet to the point because I know members would get frustrated if it was a long email and not really take the email seriously from Walden. So that is basically essentially what I did. It was also hard to do this because I wasn't sure of what other problems would arise once I sent Heather sent the email out. So my SWOT analysis that I did of Walden, the strengths that I believe was that they have very friendly employees, it's a welcome and homey surrounding environment. Heather was very helpful with us. It was very appreciative with all the information that she informed us with and also mentored us as well. For the weaknesses, I feel that Walden's prices are a bit on the higher side, as well as membership. The age is also higher, so maybe offer more promotions to target the younger ages and generations. Their database is very unorganized. It's hard to identify who is an active member and not an active member. We should not be having that problem with this type of database due to it being a newer database as well. The opportunities that I saw would try to get rid of all the non-active members in the database so it's cleaned, offer more sales or promotions during the slower winter months, and try to gain more members this way because of the deals offered. So they could offer like a dining experience in the winter or certain percentages off different packages as well. Maybe to host more events that are outside of Walden members, such as plays and ballets, in return, that also supports the community, and the community can see that Walden is very supportive of them as well. Another point would have the spa offer a special getaway weekend promo, such as a girls getaway weekend package. And the challenges that I saw is the membership is struggling to gain new members. Not a lot of younger aged people want to become a member at Walden, so it's kind of lacking that younger generation appeal. And with being a higher price club, it's not very affordable for most individuals, so that's probably one of the main problems as to why it's not. And one cannot fully utilize the club's fully potential year-round due to being in Ohio. So obviously, the outside resources that they have in the environment aren't going to be able to be utilized when it's cold in the wintry months. And then the facilities upkeep, that probably would be a problem because yes, Walden is older, but they also have newer buildings. Maintaining the updates and repairs on those older buildings, and also turning some older buildings into modern ones, can get a little bit pricey as well. So the theories used that I chose would be relationship marketing, just due to the projects that I did, because it's a strategy designed to foster customer loyalty, interaction, and long-term engagement. So Walden is looking to create long-term relationships with their members and non-members, and hopes to gain more membership and create relationships with individuals and companies. So with this theory, if Walden chose this, they would be able to gain more relationships, even if they're individuals who are not looking for membership, but also just good networking and marketing tools to use as well. And then my second theory I chose would be marketing mix, which is what a company uses to promote its brand and or product into the market. So they use the 4 P's of marketing, which are price, product, promotion, and place. I feel like this is the best fit for Walden. They already use this theory, in my opinion, because it's the best fit for their club, because they're trying to be competitive with their products, price, and like for their club in general, just to promote it, and they want that welcoming atmosphere and such. So I felt that this was probably one of the best fits theories-wise. And that is it for our presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you.